for the intro.
Hello, and welcome back to Bastion's Art Stream. I am your host, Horatio Bastion Wells III. Most people call me Bastion. Well, most of them call me but it's close enough. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the projects we have on hand because I think they're aces. Let's get to it.
Okay, starting this over. In the bottom right hand side, you'll see a picture of Vulkan, Primarch of the Salamander Space Marines, which would, if I were to actually play Warhammer 40k, that would be the guys I'm going with because they're the closest to being good people. There's no good guys in Warhammer. That's just sorry, but there's not. But they're the ones. They're the closest. Anyways, uh, in terms of humans, but I do like their models. I do like the lore and story and stuff. And I do play D&D, in which I am a DM slash GM. So TTRPGs, tabletop role playing games, and I can use some of their models for various things. But I already pre-painted the base, being black and all that stuff. Ready to go, just adding the colors. Now this screen right here is, you can tell, out of focus. It's going to stay out of focus until I bring something to it to show off, because the autofocus is terrible. It likes to focus on my hands instead of the object I'm holding. So I just have it in like one spot, and then I'll just bring the thing to it. But yeah, so there's that. But we are mostly going to be following the official Warhammer Citadel paint scheme. Citadel paints are the official paints of Warhammer. I do have the various ones to use. I did have to change out Chaos Black for Abaddon Black and for the base, and I did have to change out, I want to say it was Wog Flesh for Orc Flesh, because they didn't have Wog Flesh. We will be brightening some of it. He's got this halo crown thing of flames that see what I mean about the focus and not wanting focus on the thing. That will be painting a bit brighter, and I think for his cape, we're also going to be brightening it up, because right now it's like a tan color, and we might actually paint it that first and then brighten it up later. We'll see how it goes. I've never really used Citadel paints before. Usually I'm using like Walmart brand level paints, so hopefully things will go smoother. We'll see. This will be my first time using these guys, so let's find out how this goes. I apologize. I don't think so. I apologize if I sound a little weird, but I've been fighting off a cold for the last 4 days. It's a 4-day weekend, and I spent most of it in bed or on the couch, just like meh. I did go get a haircut today because I need one for work tomorrow, so I don't get yelled at. But yeah, it's not been a very fun 4 day. But here we go. So we're going to. I got it on this app right here, the Citadel app, and you hit the paint color, and it gives you a little circle to show what color those things are. Now, it says Ancient Beige, which I don't have an Ancient Beige. Actually, these are different colors than what was shown on last night. What? Oh, I see. Okay, never mind. So it gives you the list of the colors, right? And it did not even. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We're going to be mostly going to that picture that you can see, because it's in the, sorry. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But as of right now, here we go. I don't have access to all of my brushes, so we're going to be very careful on this stuff. Can I just do the thing? That's not what I wanted. Red-brown area. Oh, I see. Okay. We're going to start at the bottom. We need... Ugh, I wish this app worked a little bit better, quite honestly. So I did the undercoat, base coat. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a light so I can shine it on top of here, and also I'm gonna grab the picture so I can do that too. Be right back. All right. Oh. Got me a light so I can do that. What was that? What was that noise? I don't know that noise. Oh. Okay. That was weird. Anyways. I keep forgetting this doesn't actually have the full color version. Doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick what colors we're going to do. So I would say probably ancient beige, bone areas, red brown areas. Okay, so I'm going to say Xandru dust because we're going to do the this area here. Oh, sorry. We're going to be doing this area here. All the rocks and stuff. So we're going to be doing that. So we're going to shake up this Xandru dust. Because this stuff unmixes really quick. Very quickly it unmixes. There we go. Look at that. Look at that coloring. Be careful not to splatter it everywhere. Come on. There we go. Well, you know what I didn't do? I didn't get napkins. I have nothing to wipe anything on. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while and I am just not in it. There. Okay, now let's put this on the right way. There we go. Alright, well, let's do the thing then, I suppose. Now, the thing about painting minis, and probably in a bunch of other things as well, is that it is better to do many thin layers than it is to do one thick layer. So one thick layer will glob together and dry unevenly, and it'll just not look as good. But if you do thin layers, it won't glob. The coloring will be much better. Now, if you have like a bunch of joints or small moving parts or just parts that looks like they would move, like fingers and legs, like I'd say moving parts because I do the gunpla model building, but I also paint minis, as you know. So like the arms and legs and toes and fingers and whatever else, wings, things like that, might not necessarily move on the minis like they do on the models, but you still want to do thin layers to give it that. You can also control the brightness of it, so you can have like a bright red paint, but you do thin layers on a black background, and it's going to kind of dull that red unless you do multiple layers. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to having to go to work tomorrow. It's not going to be fun. Now, don't worry about getting a little bit of paint onto things that are not meant for that color. It's going to be fine. You can always chalk it up because it's going to be painted over again later, right? But you can always chalk it up to dust from the rocks or something like that, or the glint of the metal onto something else or whatever. And if it really bothers you, you can always wipe it off. It's not that big a deal. I haven't done a stream in a while, so I'm not really sure what to talk about. Work sucks. But then again, if it were fun, it wouldn't be called work, right? Bunch of people making decisions that are not the greatest, and then making everyone else pretend to be happy with those decisions. Like they're not just being stupid about stuff. I have to pretend to be unbiased all the time, and it does suck. Maybe I shouldn't have glued this to the base already. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I have to be kind of vague on here because who knows who from work is watching. I don't want to. I'm old, ladies and gentlemen. I'm old. I don't have the fight in me I once did. So I'm just leaving things vague so that they can't be like, oh, you said this. Be like, yeah, I might not have been talking about you. You don't know. You can't prove. Because I know there's some people at work, at least one in particular, who would definitely try to get me on something. I might have actually given myself insomnia. Can't seem to get any sleep these days. Although I will say I have slept better over the last 4 days than I have in like the last month. And my knee doesn't hurt quite as much as it once did. So I think taking an extended break away from martial arts was the right decision. Um, yeah, I think the cold medicine, the nighttime cold medicine, has helped me get a little bit better sleep. Unfortunately, when the cold goes away, so will the medicine, so I can't really depend on that. But I'm hoping maybe it reset everything and will allow me to get proper sleep again. So it doesn't matter if my sleep is better with it. If I don't have a cold, I can't take cold medicine. I'm not going to take it for sleep if that's not what it's made for. I'm really hoping it did fix the insomnia though, because let me tell you, that's been absolutely horrendous. Of course, it could be that I was away from work for 4 days, so I was able to start sleeping better. Yeah, work's not been fun. Too many things going on. Not enough me. Wasn't so bad before one of the other shift supervisors left to go on a work trip. I mean, it was still bad, but it wasn't quite as bad. Now with like everything depending on little old me, so I'm the only one qualified with the position to be able to make decisions of certain sorts. Just, I don't know, it really sucks. Just having to stay late and do all sorts of things. But that's why we do hobbies, right? To get our mind off of work so we can enjoy what little things we can do in our lives. I will say this paint, I don't know. I feel like the paint itself is, at least for these base coats, not better than regular Walmart brand paint. Like it doesn't spread further. Maybe it comes in later, like with the shadings and whatnot. But just the base coat, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's just as good to get Walmart level. It's half the price, double the amount, sometimes triple the amount. These things are small. So I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of kit bashing on this one like I did on the Bellacore slash Asmodeus, whatever. Um, I mean, number one, it's not going to be. I don't have all the choices I did on that one, so this won't take me nearly as long to do. Um, but there is one thing I will do that will have to wait until I get to my next living spot because I don't have my little magnets on me anymore. So it's gonna have to wait till I get there. But this bit here like locks in on the back. It'll lock in on the back here, I think. Right? Yeah. lock in right there. And they hopefully even gave you like a little, I don't know if you can see that. It's a little hole. Let's see if I can. You can kind of see it. See the little circle right there. There it goes. You'll be able to see it better once I get everything painted. Hopefully a little magnet hole. So, that way I can take it on and off, because this whole thing's like a little, almost like a little diorama, like a little scene of Vulkan. Oh, excuse me. With his hammer, but he actually comes out, like it slides in. So it goes, boop. Just bam, fits right in there. Look at that. So neat. So I can have him stand alone or with his little thing. So most of the time I'm gonna have him displayed on his thing, but if I ever need him to just be on his own, I can do that. You can just glue that together and it'll be fine. It's not gonna hurt anything, but I like the choices. I've been seeing a whole lot of advertisements recently on the videos I watch on YouTube and TikTok and whatnot for like cheap houses in Japan. I'm like, man, if only I didn't have another 8 years until my retirement. I could go and get a house in Japan. I'm gonna try to look up. I'm gonna try to see if there's a way I can just go ahead and get the house and start the renovations, and that way I can have it ready to go when I retire in 8 years. But normally you have to actually live in the place you buy the house when you're trying to get a place in Japan, so we'll see. Probably have more viewers if I was more consistent with my streaming slash uploads, and I apologize for that. You know, it's the depression. Keeps you from doing things you like to do. Gives you no energy, and if you have the energy, you don't have the drive. And if you have the drive, you don't have the energy. You just want to sleep. Get up, go to work, come home. Maybe watch something while you chew on food so that you can live to go to work the next day. No, I haven't been formally diagnosed with depression. But I'm told that mood changes and having no energy or drive and having sleep problems and no appetite, that's all little signs that I could have depression. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for depression. I gotta go to work, I gotta earn money so that I can support my sister and her daughters who are in school and need money. Send my grandparents a couple $100 every month. Support them because they're old and retired and they can't really do much. And They did a lot for me growing up, and they deserve to have some help. It's not all about other people, though. I gotta earn money so that I can visit Japan, you know? Which I plan on doing pretty soon, so I'm looking forward to that. It's a whole nother vacation. Should have been with somebody else, but it's just going to be me again. And I'll talk about this stuff on stream because, I mean, where else am I going to talk about it? I got nobody else to talk to. Well, sure, there's a lot of people who say, come talk to me if you need help. But half of them I don't really trust, and the other half I don't like. So I'm just not going to do that. But it's okay. I'm not going to take my own life. I'm not going to hurt myself on purpose. I might stub a toe or something, but or accidentally cut a finger when I'm opening up the package, but I'm not going to hurt myself on purpose. Like I said, I have family to support. I love them, and I'm not going to leave them without the financial support they need. So, here I am, working, and occasionally either getting the drive to do this or forcing myself to do this because I know I need to, because I need to be able to do some kind of art. And if you're at that point in your life where everything just looks dull and gray, and you don't know what to do, you don't have the drive to do anything, but you know you need to do something in order to keep that spark alive and those thoughts at bay, I feel you. You're not the only one. I know it sucks. And sometimes you're just going to have to brute force your way through it. Not all the time. It's not a thing you need to do all the time. And there are places you can go and people you can talk to and people you can pay to listen to you to help you out and to get that spark back. They have all kinds of neat things to get you into thinking the right way so that you aren't thinking the wrong way. I know it's cliche, and I know you see it all the time on Facebook or YouTube or whatever social media platform you want to go on. And I'd rather listen to you complain to me for 5 hours instead of going to your funeral and listening to that. And I know you have to learn to live for yourself. You have to learn how to do things for you. Because doing things for other people is not a permanent solution. It is a stopgap measure. Sooner or later, that stopgap's not going to be enough. You have to find a permanent solution. I've yet to find that permanent solution. I gotta find that drive. Still looking. Hopefully one day soon. There's kind of dust in the sky because I have to come come back and dust it a little bit more. I think I got all the rocks though. Sweet. So in the picture, his cape is like this tan color, and I don't want it to be this tan color. We're going to put some tan on it because it is like a salamander dried lizard leather thing. But we're going to make it a little bit more colorful. We're going to put a little bit more green in it. But we'll put this as the base coat for that. Yeah. You gotta learn to live for yourself. I'm retiring in 8 years. I'll be like 46 years old. And hopefully at that time I will either have a house in Japan or will have a line on getting a house. Oh, excuse me. Maybe at that point I'll have found my person again. Maybe. And we'll be happy together. Finding a place to stay, finding things to do, places to go see. I'll retire, I'll go climb Mount Fuji because that's something I want to do. Now, I say these things on stream, and it's being recorded for posterity. I don't think so. Posterity. And it will be uploaded to YouTube, uncut, full length. And I know, due to a past TikTok I made, that anything I say in this manner will probably get found by people I work with. And they'll maybe report me to someone saying, oh, he's sounding like he might do something. I'm not going to do something. This is what I'm doing. Because despite the fact that I just don't see the point in doing much of anything, I am going to continue going to go to work, and I am going to continue earning money, and I am going to continue planning in my future because, quite frankly, my family needs the help. And my luck's bad enough that sooner or later a truck's going to hit me and I'm going to be isekai'd somewhere. So there's no sense in rushing it. You don't get isekai'd if you do it yourself. You guys heard the new Epic saga that just dropped? I forget what it's called, but it's Epic the Musical. It's the Odyssey in musical format. I do wish we had the full musical though. Like I want to see like all the scenes and see all the actors doing the stuff and hear some of the lines from the spoken bits. Um, maybe we'll get one someday. But as it stands, the music is really good. Like it's fantastic. Should all go check it out. Um, Hopefully the other colors and like the shadows and shadings and highlights and stuff will. I don't know. I just feel like this paint was way more expensive than it really needed to be. Or maybe I'm just painting wrong. I just feel like it's not what it needs to be in order to. It's not doing the thing. I'm not. I don't really know what I expect it to do. Like I'm just painting. Oh. It's too early to tell. This is just the first color. And once we get all the individual stuff, oh, that's a boot, not a rock. Once we get like the individual pieces painted, at least to a certain extent, we'll glue it together. That way, it'll help me out while painting the small pieces at angles and stuff. Like if this was on there, I'd have no way of getting to these bottom portions and underneath. That's one thing that the Warhammer minis have over the most of the like D&D TTRPG minis, that the Warhammer minis come in multiple pieces. Now, yes, you do have to glue those pieces together before you can really use them, but it makes it easier to paint because they're in multiple pieces. Did not get painted all black. It's okay. may go back at the end because Vulkan is supposed to be from like a very volcanic world. A bunch of volcanoes, and magma, and fire, and ash, and that's what actually gives the salamanders their trademark black ashen skin. Uh, like they're not African American black. They're like, I mean, Vulcan's usually depicted as that, but technically, it's just like black from ash and soot and fires and forge, and it's just become part of them and their DNA, so they all just like, born that way, or maybe they're made that way when they become salamanders. But like I want to maybe go back and paint some like magma, or I guess lava since it's above ground. Welcome to September, everyone. Hope you all have a lovely month. Back to school for the people who are doing that. Hope you all learn a lot. Please learn a lot. I'm tired of seeing these videos of people being asked very basic questions and not knowing the answers to them. Like I'll see these videos of like some Americans being asked, "Can you name a country that starts with a letter M?" And like they're like, "I don't know." It's like, what do you mean you don't know? Mexico is right there. And it's not just young people too, or either. It's older ones as well. Like when I was in back at Okinawa, I had a fellow supervisor. I was like, yeah, it's like I had one person who thought of an answer, and they said Morocco. And he goes, yeah, Morocco, exactly. I was like, yeah, and not a single one of the people asked answered Mexico. And he goes, oh, and I'm from there too. It's like, oh my god. Which, I mean, it's not an incorrect answer. Morocco is definitely, a country that starts with the letter M. But it's like, guys, Mexico is right there. And it's not like they were in Maine, right? Uh, or like North Dakota, which is, or like two of the more northern states. Like they were in, I think, Texas asking this question. Like, yeah, I wonder what country beginning with the letter M could there possibly be, guys? We need more education. It's getting pretty bad out there. And don't think the northern states are off the hook either. I saw one where they were asking when 9/11 happened. And like so many people were just like, I don't know. November? Right? That's what the 11 is? Are you kidding me? Are you joking right now? And this one lady was like, "Oh man, I was there too. They were in New York asking this question." She's like, "Oh, I was here." It's like you don't remember what month that happened in? It's in the name. It's 9/11. Unbelievable. We need more education. I don't know. I'm getting a little bit more political, but I'm tired. I'm sick. I'm sick and tired. I'm gonna stop now. But yeah, so lots of fun. Lots of fun. Uh, by the way, it's September 2nd right now, which means uh, there are at least 3 members of the Deep Space Nine crew on Earth right now. All right. Painting all these little, like, draconic spikes or whatever just reminds me of Godzilla. I don't know why. Like, I know he's got spikes, but he's not the only giant lizard that has spikes. Like, or she, rather. Well, I mean, I know Godzilla was a girl in the Matthew Broderick one. It would make sense that it's a girl in the other ones, but I don't know if I've ever actually looked into whether or not Godzilla was a girl in like the original Godzilla's or like the newer Godzilla -1. Which let me tell you, that one, best Godzilla I've seen in decades. Way better than the like Godzilla versus King Kong mess they keep making. And I know, I'm like a film snob. It's one of the things that annoyed my ex. I'm sorry, like it just doesn't. They're just not as good. All right, that's that for those. For that color. Okay, now, let's see. What else do we got? Oh, I guess I needed to do it on the skull. Is that a skull? I guess that's a skull. It's a skull according to the. Well. Uh, yeah, I'm not gonna paint it like bone for this. I think I'm gonna leave it black with like lava highlights or something. I don't feel like making that bone. Alright, gunmetal. Lead belcher, huh? I need to figure out what colors I'm gonna paint these guys. Because, like, on this picture, I don't know if you can see this. On this picture, well, you can see it better on here. Let me do this. Come on, where are you? There we go. Right here is the salamander symbol. But, like, why is he standing over the salamander? I'm changing that. Like, I'm not. That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, maybe he's avenging his fallen comrade. I don't particularly care for that. So I'm changing that to, like, someone from Horus. And same for this other guy. So I need to figure out what colors they are. What color are the horse guys? Horus Heresy. Space Marine. Let's see, what do we got? Horse Heresy, Age of Darkness. Yes. Reject cookies. Just let me look through this. I don't care. Reject cookies. Leave me alone. Is this green and yellow? I need to. Oh, here's a Reddit. Blood Angels. Night something. I don't know which ones these are. Is it going to tell me? Suns. Continuing Age of Darkness sets. No legions yet. Pre-heresy? I don't remember which. 40k Horus. Oh, you know what? Who did the guy Vulkan versus somebody? Oh crap, wrong one. What the? Unbelievable. 40k Vulkan versus captured Magnus? Was it Magnus? I wish my buddy was on watching my stream. He'd be able to answer my question. Kurz. Conrad Kurz. Conrad's Kurz is the Night Haunter, name preferred, and sometimes Dark King, King of Terrors, Last Judge, blah blah blah. Master of the Night Lords, all these freaking ads. Night Lords, Traitor Legion. Okay, what do the Night Lords look like? What color scheme are their armors? Like a blue and red? Let's see. 40k Night Lords. Images. Yeah, looks like they're blue and red. Which I have some blue and red. So we're all good. I got it. We're gonna make these guys Night Lords. Fallen before the might of Vulkan. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, as you can see, like, it'd be looking pretty good. We're gonna get some color in there pretty soon, though. I mean, I really don't know what to do with Vulkan's head other than put some highlights on it. He's already kind of black as it is. And gotta get the red eyes, you know. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, let's get. You know what? Let's go ahead and get some green in there. Let's get some of that. Let's get some of that green. Get some of that orc flesh. Because I didn't have any warg flesh. Warg! And as much as I do very much enjoy, you know, salamanders and how they will protect. Oh, this is contrast. We'll see how that works. Because this is a lot thinner. This is a heck of a lot thinner. I might have to come back to my hobby shop and see if there's like a... as much as I do, you know, if I were to join any of the legions, oh yeah, that's not gonna work at all. I'd have to put so many layers on, so thin. And I know I say it's better to do thin layers than thick ones, but that's so thin. then I don't think that's gonna work. Like, if I were to be transported into the 40k universe, I would hate my life even more than I do now. But if I were to do that, and I were given the chance to join any of the Space Marine legions, it would be the Salamanders. And I know the color scheme goes against my biggest favorite superhero, Superman. Green being the color of his natural weakness. Their idea of I am not better than an ordinary human, despite having all of this money, time, and effort and training poured into me, is very much Superman. So, I would join them. However, I will say that the ones who are having the best time and are the happiest in that universe are definitely the orcs. Because orcs just love to fight. Green is the best color because orcs are green and orcs are the best. Yellow is the color of riches because orcs' teeth are yellow. Red makes things go faster. Paint the car red, the car goes faster. Of course, purple is the sneakiest color. Have you ever seen a purple orc? No. Of course not. Because purple is the sneakiest color. And I don't know how well this contrast is going to work on this black. I mean, we're going to see. let it dry. We'll see where we're at that point. We are gonna put some of that in here though. Oh yes. Oh, that looks fantastic. Look at that. Oh, that looks way better. Maybe I should have painted that brown too. Look at that green. Look at the green. I'm not going to do a lot of green on the inside. Basically, I'm just going to give it a green tint. It's going to keep that tan color. I'm going to give it a little bit of green tint. There we go. Look at that. Yep. A little bit of a green tint on the inside. Looks great. Looks a lot better than the green that's going on right there. Like you can barely even see that's a green. That just, like I can see it's a green, but you can barely see that that's green. Maybe a second layer will help that. guess I can put some on his... Yeah, I guess I can put some on his armor too, so I've already done it for the other pieces. I do hope they bring Vulkan back in like modern 40k lore. I like Vulkan. He's pretty cool. You forget, brother, there's also a hammer. I guess it's another painting session of just me talking to myself. Oh well. Like I said earlier, I'd probably have a lot more viewers if I did this more consistently. And this will be one of the few times I actually do this on a Monday. It's a day off. Normally I'd be at work right now. green's showing up a bit more than I thought it would, so that's nice. Okay. Make sure these things are like snap closed. You don't want them to be open. Oh, crap, this one might be open. Yep, it's starting to dry out this stuff. Phooey. I didn't mean for it to be on the wrong side of this nub. There we go. Now, there we go. Clean off this. Oh, sorry. Hi, what are you painting? The one in the picture? Oh, yeah. Hello, Lizard? Lisa Art? Like Lisa? Lisa Art? Hi, Lisa Art. I am painting the one in the corner, yes. His name is Vulkan. He is Primarch of the Salamanders in Warhammer 40k. I don't know if you ever played 40k or heard of 40k, but I don't really play it. My buddy does. I like some of the lore and stuff. I do play the Space Marine video game, and I am looking forward to Space Marine 2 coming out. It's Liz or Liz. Full name is spelled Lizard. Fair enough. It's nice to meet you, Lise. Nice to meet you, Liz. Yeah, Liz. That's what I'm going to go with. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing a slightly modified version of the one in the picture. Like, the one in the picture's got like a very tan crocodile scale cape. It's not crocodile, it's actually a salamander. It's like a dragon creature from the Warhammer universe, but I'm going to make it like green with some fire orange and red going on. So, and the one in the picture also has these two guys. One is like salamander green, and one is looks like a tan from this perspective. But I'm gonna do it in blue and red because that's the Night Lords, and they don't really get along. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do with that when I get to it. Let's see. What's going to be the next color? Probably. Let's go with. Love your NASA shirt. Reminds me of Danny Phantom. Oh yeah, no. I never really watched Danny Phantom, so I can't say whether or not, but it's done in the style of Starry Night by Van Gogh. He's my favorite artist, and Starry Night's my favorite painting. And so when I saw this, I was like, oh, I gotta get it. So, but thank you. Let's see. Oh, we got bronze. Probably leave the bronze for last. That way, it's definitely the brightest. Did not even notice the Van Gogh. Oh, yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, it's kind of out of focus on the one on the bottom, and you can barely see the top, but if you look at it right there, you can see it a lot better. There's like the town and the stars all swirly. So, I'm gonna leave the bronze and stuff for later. Well, I guess the flames would be last. Let's get some reds in there, though. We're gonna get some reds in there. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go with which red is it calling for? Red brown, see. Okay. Yeah, let's get some reds in there. So we're gonna do Doom Bull Brown. Normally I don't do. Oh, hello. I am Horatio Bastion Wells the Third. Most people call me Bastion. Well, most of them call me, but it's close enough. You may call me Bastion. Normally, I don't really do paint by numbers style, but this is one of the few times I'll be doing that. I do. Uh, I have the Go XLR um, Stream Deck voice changer thingy. I can actually like turn on uh, radio sound effect. So really, it should sound more like this. Hello, I am Horatio Bastion Wells the Third. But I don't really speak like that during the whole stream because no one really wants to hear that for like 2 hours. I'll just do it for the intro and outro. But yeah, welcome to the stream. If you, for anyone watching on stream right now, you can see the recorded streams when I upload them to YouTube. It's under Horatio Bastion Wells the Third. I don't spell the third. So it's the same name. It's just on YouTube. And then if you're seeing the recording on YouTube, if you want to see it live, go to Twitch. Same spelling. But yeah, so I build Gundam models. I paint Warhammer minis and D&D minis and stuff because I am a DM/GM. So I wish I had access to all of my paintbrushes. There's like some really small bits that I would like my really small paintbrush for. I'm gonna brush off a little bit. And did not brush off enough. I gotta be very careful because I don't want to make it a solid color. But yeah, welcome to the stream, Liz. I hope you're having a good day. Were you just like looking through, holding your first D&D campaign? Oh, fantastic! What's the setting, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, a lot of people don't like being the DM/GM because of all the extra work that goes into it. As a player, you can just show up. Yeah, setting is in the world or plot, either one. Like, for instance, my first foray into being a GM was a Christmas-themed one-shot. So it was set in the world of winter, like the Winter Fae, but you're rescuing Santa after you get kidnapped by Krampus. So. Campaign. Tad close to Evron. Ooh, Evron. Do like Evron. That's what gave me the Artificer subclass, which is what Bastion is. When I originally made him as a character, he's an Artificer. So the reason you're doing homebrew, that's fine. Hey, more power to you. That's what I went into as well, was homebrew. Let me tell you, it's it gets easier once you get to knowing what you're doing, but jumping straight in as a GM into homebrew is definitely not for the weak of heart. But there's 1,000 things on the internet that can help you uh, figure out what to do and what you want to do and everything else. So you can do it. But yeah. But yeah, Bastion is an artificer, and the reason the radio voice is because years ago he was in an accident from one of his experiments and it exploded and messed up his voice, so or messed up his breathing, so he wears like a mask. And yes, players are gods, any god from any religion, excluding almighty ones, fair enough, and OC gods, fair enough, are playable too. If you can tell me exactly what they are, the gods are somehow stripped of their power, turned to level 1 mortals, and they need to level up to regain their divinity, all while finding out who did this to them and why. That sounds very interesting. I do like that a lot. Have you ever heard of the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett? Because in Discworld, so Terry Pratchett is a very prolific writer, or was. He died a few years ago. Um, but he wrote this series of books called Discworld. Now, the thing about this series of books is that you don't need to read them in any particular order. Um, see, so you've never heard of Discworld, but you know Terry Pratchett. So, um, what is that one with David Tennant? Uh, Crap, I can't remember the name of that series. Anyways, in one of the standalone novels in Discworld, it's called. You don't like him? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Is called Small Gods, and it's about this god who fell from divinity. Um, and he has one believer, and he has to stick around this one guy. Otherwise, because if this one guy stops believing in him, he stops existing. So it's very interesting. Um, yeah, not every author is for every person. That's fine. But yeah, that sounds like a very good campaign. Not gonna lie to you. Trying to get back to your divinity. So that's pretty cool. I hope it turns out well. When's your first session? When's that coming up? Oh yeah, absolutely. Uh, I've run my little one shot like 4 times. When you're ready, that's also fair enough. Uh, I'm actually going to be making more maps and stuff to do more campaigns. BBG, so there are always alternate realities. Say this one god we will call Inanis for now. And he gets the idea of consuming all gods' power to be the only god in reality. Okay, fair enough. I think Loki tried that once upon a time. Uh, and he just accomplishes in his reality when he has access realities. He rips open time, crosses in different realities to make the same outcome happen. He uses a mortal to throw a party, drugs the gods, lets them sign the contract, lose their powers. So what not to not calculate that the gods got teleported to a helpful primordial. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Kind of got like a Nonus is still stuck in his dimensions, and he needs to find a way into there. Nonus's influence over his playable realm is not good. So God's job is left undone as well. Like players have to play the god of death, souls cannot move on. If God's fertility is gone, all the infants are. Ooh, it's rough. That is rough. Well, good luck to your players. How do you know how many players you're going to have? Innovations create first, more powers they consume, the more unstable that they become. Feed like a black hole, 100 more as continue to make sure explode the black hole technology. Alright. Definitely sounds like a fun campaign. 6. Oof. That's going to be rough. First time DM running with 6 players. That is going to be rough. Four is usually a good spot, especially for a first timer. And I usually don't like having more than 5. I mean, different people have different strengths, so it have to work out. Yeah, it's usually when it comes to TTRPGs, it's best to expect some dropouts. And sometimes this comes from the weirdest locations. Like, I've had one drop out and he seemed the most ready to play. Village around where the gods land when they get teleported. First, they have to deal with the fact that they have no money or place to stay, and they have massive hangovers. Saving Grace Village lets them stay in their stables and earn money. Okay. Collecting herbs, catching criminals, taking care of monsters. After that, they task the players to go collect their village's special medicine. Now, what they don't tell is that the special medicine is guarded by forest nymphs. Ooh. They're the name of his blood trees. Hey, forest nymphs. I know a lot of people like to think of the Fae as, or anything like that, as like, oh, Disney fairies. Like, no, man, they used to be scary. You don't want to mess with that. Carnivorous trees, slowly digest their prey inside of them. Do very highly addictive fruits. They attract people, trap them between bark and wood. When their eyes are visible from the nymph's eye holes, the nymphs are made of hollow bark, and they cry blood is slowly. Oof. I like it. I like it. I think that's it for the red. I have a brighter. Well, you know what? God, it's so small. Village's real plan is to collect the fruits after sacrifice a strange tree because the village is actually a drug empire. It sells a refined drug from the fruits. Wow, you're really going all out with this. I love it. I need a thing. I need like a needle or something. Do I have a needle or something? Close enough. Ah, crap. Got on his nose. Well, it certainly sounds like you know what you're doing when it comes to planning these things out, so power to you. You know what? I'm just going to paint it black. Certainly sounds like a fun campaign, though. Told me the technical part. What, like how to run the encounters and stuff? Like that kind of technical part? maps, NPCs, tokens. Honestly, Roll20 kind of sucks. Not gonna lie to you, but it does come with tokens, and you can get free tokens inside of Roll20. Um, and you can also pay for tokens and maps, or you can do what I did and just look online for tavern map, forest map, or whatever, and then um, just there's an upload feature in Roll20. I wonder if I still have. Let me clean this brush off. Let me see if I can show you how to upload some maps to Roll20. I'll put it over with the guy in the bottom right. I'll change that over. Let me just clean this brush off. Nothing really fits. Oh, yeah. Roll20's got a egregiously low like file size limit. It's so bad. Showing the cartel's tunnel right now connects a village and a bigger city. Okay. I also, when I make my own maps, which is what I'm working on when I'm not doing this stuff and working, sleeping, whatever, is I use what is it called? Wondershare? Wonder something. Yeah, Wonder Draft. And Dungeon Draft. It's like a one-time fee. You do have to pay for it, but it's one-time fee. But yeah, but it lets me make all kinds of maps and stuff. Roll. I don't even know if Roll20 is still on here. I'm just gonna remember my login or not. Oh, I did remember my login. Very sweet. Love it. Need to make sure names aren't going to be restore game, I guess. There was an error retrieving from cold storage. A boo. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do this. Home. Create a new game. Game name. Blah. Alrighty, create game. Creating, please wait. Don't need big continent map. I need place map, blueprints. See, the Wonder Draft does do the big continent maps, right? But the Dungeon Draft does the place maps, like the taverns, the caves, the tunnels, the shops. That's what that thing does. It comes with all sorts of little gimmicks and doohickeys and gadgets to do that with. So, I just happen to have both of them. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna change it over to this one. Done. Bam. Okay. Now, we're gonna launch the game. There we go. We're just gonna close that out because I don't need that. Gathering steam, recalculating supplies, all this stuff, blah blah blah. I don't need you to tell me all these things. Okay. So, here's your map area. And this isn't just for you, Liz. If anyone else is on here and they're wanting to look into it, GoPro cam. Oh. um, they can do this too. So let's see, ping blah blah, settings, layer opacity blah blah. All right. So let's see what they've changed since I've been in here. Art library. Yep, here we go. So you're gonna go here. See, I've uploaded a bunch of these things already. So you go in here, you go to your My Library, you'll click this guy, go to My Library, and you can upload and add. So you can upload, choose a file. Please don't show anything that's gonna get me demonetized. Okay, cool. We're just gonna go with we're gonna go with this guy. We're gonna go with that guy. Bam. Hopefully it's a small enough file size. We'll see. Might be too big. But basically, you choose your file, and it'll upload it. Might be too big. Might be too big a file size. Oh no, it's gotta be too big a file size. Let's just go with I need a small thing. Characters. We're gonna do this. We're gonna this guy. Maybe that'll upload complete, available under your recent uploads. Oh, okay. Recent uploads. Oh, there he is. Sweet. So there you got that guy, and then you can like bring him in here, and you can change the size, and you can make that the map, or you can make him a. You just spread it out to the size of the map, right? But yeah, so that's how, you just spread it out to the size of the map. You put that as the bottom layer, and then there you go. Don't forget to put that as the bottom layer. Otherwise, when you accidentally drop in your guys, they might disappear behind your map layer. So, certainly didn't do that myself on a couple of occasions. But yeah, so there's that. Switch back to this fella. I need multiple screens. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go and get some food because I have only eaten once today and it's already like 8 o'clock p.m. So I wish you well, Liz, in planning for your D&D sessions, your campaign. I hope all of your players enjoy themselves. I hope you enjoy yourself. Don't forget, the DM/GM is a player too. You deserve to have fun just as much as the others. Do not let them steamroll you into not having fun. Even if they don't mean it, it's easy to do because there's more of them than there are of you, and a lot of GMs get into their heads that they need to make it fun for the players and forget they need to have fun too. Don't steamroll them. Don't let them steamroll you. Have fun all around. But let's do the outro, and I hope to see you again at my next stream, probably on next Sunday. So.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I hope you had as good a time as I did. And I hope to see you again the next time I do one of these stream thingies. This is me, your host, Horatio Bastion Wells III, signing off. I'll see you around.
Have fun.